Hey lovers, it's Love. How is everyone doing? I hope everyone is doing well. I'm just checking in to be checking in and talk to y'all for a little second. Yeah, talk to y'all for a little second about myself. I never came on, and did a proper introduction. Okay? This is me. Okay, love. I am 36 years old, uh, military veteran. Um, have a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. Okay? And I love to read tarot. I love to read, period. Okay? I love to get a deeper understanding of things. Okay? Um, I'm here to help others get a better understanding of themselves and situations around them. Me, personally, myself, I've been through a lot. What started me reading tarot is a chain of events that occurred earlier this year with someone that I thought I would be with, but it didn't work out like that. But I do have a child, which makes it my child is 1 year old. And that made it a lot more harder. I do have a 13-year-old, but I was 23, 24 years old when I had her. When we're young, we're resilient, right? We are almost impenetrable, depending on where you are or who you are. But, I feel like, well, if, I don't have help, it's okay. I'll still take care of my child. It wasn't that hard to detach myself. But since I'm older, okay, it was hard and it was really damaging. And then it got me to reflecting, on myself and why am I going through this? Because some of us blame ourselves, but that's not. You could beat yourself up. We could beat ourselves up, with the constant, the self blame. You could self sabotage yourself and all of this. But you have to really ask why. And I got to asking why. Why about about a lot of things. Um, and then it went back to my childhood. I don't want to. I'm not gonna touch on that too much, but yeah, everything stems from the childhood. Only you know. Okay, each person knows what they've been through. All right, but sometimes what we do is the things we've been through our childhood. What we do is we aggravate it. This is what I call it. Okay, um, we aggravate it. We make things worse. Okay, we don't really. None of us are trying to figure things out within ourselves. Truly, you are always through the learning phases. We learn about other things, other people, history. You know. We learn about the way we should or we're supposed to behave. We learn about a lot of things outside of ourselves, okay? But it has nothing to do with ourselves, right? So I encourage others, okay? When you come to a point where you feel as if the walls are closing in on you and you have no control, because we only have control of ourselves, absolute control of ourselves. We don't really have the ability to control things outside of us. Well, you can, okay, try to control things in a positive manner using positive reinforcement. But then when we try to control things using negative reinforcement, then we get negative reactions, and we get, what we put out is what we get back. Okay. What else? Yeah, I'm here to help you guys through the Underground Railroad. Yes, yes. All right. Um, Help you to free yourself from yourself. Okay, because some of us. like myself, I have PTSD, which is and anxiety, which are correlated. Um, and some things are, like I said, some things seem uncontrollable, but if we can learn ourselves and master ourselves, when we know our triggers, if you know your past, if you're trying to decipher through that, and once you get to the bottom of it, you can figure out your triggers, what's triggering you, what triggers you, what's best to stay away from. It's like a diet, okay? It's a spiritual diet, okay? Um, you know what to stay away from if you don't want to gain weight, or get sick. And it's the same thing, ironically, with our emotions, and the things that we go through, right? It can create sickness. Being angry all the time can create ulcers in your stomach and dizziness, headaches, to the point of passing out and not being able to go to work, not being able to function. Um, being sad to the point of like debilitating sadness, right? But we can, if you, instead of feeling sorry for yourself, right, the self pity, you can transmute that negative, because that's a negative, that self pity. You can transmute that into positivity, right? Into taking action, right? Towards what you want. Fear of heights, people go bungee jumping, right? Um, this is, what is it? Exposure. I forget what it's called. Exposure therapy, I want to say. Some people have to be directly exposed to their phobias so that they can thrive, so they can be healthy. So um, you have to remove these fears and restraints. It's a lot of things that we fear. Some people have a fear of success, of making it. Some people don't want to. Some people hold themselves back because they're comfortable in, well, just comfortable. Period. Being comfortable can be our demise. Okay. Um, I know. Okay. Was really a reinforcement is when I started, going back into the things that I dealt with when I was young. And then I understood, though, even after that, after leaving uh, my toxic situation, right, going to the military, it seems like, I was just aggravating it. Some people don't even know they're aggravating things that they grew up with. Okay? For instance, one of my aggravations was my absent parent. Okay? And so specifically my absent father. Okay? Uh, he wasn't consistent. And so I found myself, because usually, people go for those spouses that emulate or even maybe similar to their parents. I don't know, people don't realize that. You got to do some research. A lot of people really do. Either it's relatives that you were close with. You may end up with a spouse that way, but in parents, but it may not have been healthy. Sometimes when people are raised a certain way and they don't have other outside influences, especially if you were raised in a toxic environment and you don't have anything else to use as an example or see as an example for positivity or for more, healthy interactions, you're going to do nothing but mimic Okay, the same pattern. My father being inconsistent led me to being with inconsistent men. Okay, and hell, the the what is it? Avoiding responsibilities. I never did that. I never did that because I definitely own up to all of my responsibilities. I always do what I have to do. Um, but sometimes some people do what they have to do, or they feel as if they have to do what they have to do, right? But it's not proactive. It can be damaging, like, for instance, people with the poverty stricken mind, you see maybe see other people. You get an example of people doing what they have to do, selling drugs, so to speak. And so, for instance, selling drugs, right? And some people, if they don't have money and they want some quick money or whatnot, they'll resort to selling drugs or selling their bodies, or whatever can get them to their goal really quickly. And I am not the one for the quick schemes, although I have tried and failed because it just wasn't. My heart wasn't invested in it. I guess whatever you have to do, whatever you do, your heart should be invested in. And if it's not, it means nothing. Okay, and then it's gonna result to nothing. It's as far as, if you ask me. Am I right? Just like positive thoughts can create positive actions, and positive actions create positive results. Negative thoughts, negative actions, negative results. Same thing. We just have to learn how to stay focused. Okay, and I'm here to help you do that. I'm here to help you understand yourself, your situations. Um, give some advice if you'd like. Right, at the end of the day, it's your life. You do have free will to make your own final decisions. Just like those of us, some of us go to church, and I even know, we have serial killers and psychopaths that use the Bible as, what is it? To what I want to say, not gratify, justify, to justify the things that they did, right? Which is just distorted, a distorted way of thinking that's on that low vibrational end. Okay, so if we can raise our vibrations, raise our conscious level, right, to be more, well, if you're raising it, you're being more positive, right? Because on that scale, it's what, zero. Well, you go negative, it's negative, zero, and then the positives, right? That's how it goes. That energy force field. That's why some people uh, go to rehab. Some people will go to rehab, and then they'll get out. Okay, their vibration is high. But let me tell you something. If you're around a bunch of people and their vibration is low, if you're around a bunch of low vibration, it's going to slowly decline. I mean, your vibrations are going to slowly decline. Okay? Um, so we always have to, some of us can't move around. Okay? But for those of us who can, you just have to remove yourself from those negative forces, from those low energy vibes. You have to remove yourself from those. No matter if it's family, friends, romantic partners. If you want your sanity, you have to do that. Um, what is it? What else was I aggravating? To my demise. So since I grew up, with a very authoritative parent. Very authoritative. Very, very much so. So I didn't really, because it was borderline abusive, emotionally and physically. I didn't really have a respect for authority. So when I went to the military, it's a mess. It was good. I actually enjoyed the experience. Totally enjoyed the experience, but I got out with honorable discharge. But with the RE4 code. And for those of you who know what a RE4 code is, it is no return. Now on the evaluation, it said that I lacked military bearing, which was discipline. Okay, right. And I didn't even understand that then. Okay, until, like I said, until this chain of events that happened, the tower moment that I had earlier this year, it started. Everything started coming to me, coming around to me, and I'm like, wow, okay, okay. So that's where that stems from. That's how that happened. And so now it's time for me to fix. Now it's time for me to fix it. It's not for anyone else to fix, right? But I have let those people know, what I had to deal with, how it made me feel. One of my parents was very understanding, and then the other that said that, if I feel the way, since I feel that way, I'm no longer their child. And it's something you have to deal with. Some things are tough, right? Some things is just tough. We have to deal with it. Okay, and that still leaves me to myself, because I've always been dealing with myself, but not. I've been in the shell, but I haven't been focused on me. So this is the time, and this is what I've been doing, right? And now I'm feeling more comfortable with being able to help others, and I really want to. I've always wanted to be a teacher. Okay, well, to teach people, right? And so I'm here to help you guys, to teach you how to cope with yourselves and your emotions. Okay, a lot of us have anxiety, a lot of us have PTSD, whether you were in the military or not. You can go to church, you can go to therapy, you can do tarot, you can do it all. Okay, just to help yourself get to yourself. Help to break these chains, because a lot of things had been passed down. Okay, taken as normal. And then all of a sudden you get older and be like, I'm frustrated and confused, and then you don't understand that you just merely took things in from other people, and you never really sorted it out with yourself, or you never sorted things out with yourself, period. We're always, like I said, learning things outside of us. We're always learning things outside of us, but we're never taught to learn ourselves. Okay, we have to learn ourselves. We have to know. Sorry. We have to learn ourselves. We have to know our triggers. Okay, what will make you fold under pressure? A lot of people don't. A lot of people don't know that, specifically suicide victims. You know, specifically suicide victims. We are like computers. I want to say computers are like us. Okay, we can definitely have that tower moment can be detrimental to some, where it's like blowing a fuse, blowing your top, a volcanic eruption, just shit hit the fan, and it could be very, very harmful, and result in violence. Okay, this is when we have to get grips. We have to get a grip. Everyone, for those who want to, a lot of us are temperamental and don't understand why. Why are you temperamental? Were any of your parents temperamental? Okay. Did you grow up feeling like you had to constantly defend yourself? If you grew up feeling like you constantly had to defend yourself, and now you're an adult, ask yourself, why do you feel that you still have to defend yourself? And what are you defending yourself against? Why are you allowing someone to, like, okay, no, why are you so codependent? Why do you feel like you can't be alone? Why do you have a fear of abandonment? We have to ask ourselves these questions, y'all. We do. We have to ask ourselves these questions. I know I got down to myself, thinking about, like, I've always been into the unknown. Been into the unknown so much, the things that I was dealing with at home, it was very, very high level stress. And so I was sneaking out of the house, 14, 15 years old, 16. I didn't sneak out the house. I wasn't sneaking out the house no more. But 14 and 15, I was definitely sneaking out of the house late at night, okay? After 10. Could have been one of the Bradley sisters. I could have been any of these girls that's missing, okay? But I didn't realize really. I just felt like, I was getting some emotional comfort. I didn't think nothing was wrong. I did not. I'm just like, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna come home. And that's what I did. I used to go and come home, leave and come home. I never, was like the want to be out overnight, really, and some spend a night. And no, I was never that type of person. um, but then I was like, okay, well, I was kept. I was kept for a reason, to help others. I feel like, like a teenage mentor, but some adults have to get back, go back to why they were doing things that they were doing. And then where did it get you? Are you okay now? Okay, are you okay now? Is it something that's been aggravated? Because, when we aggravate things, we make things worse. Um, can you change it? Do you need help changing it? Do you need to seek therapy? Um, yeah, these are questions that we have to start asking ourselves and getting down to the bottom of it. I don't fully blame my parents. I don't fully blame my parents. Because I know there are things that I could have done. Well, I didn't have to do. It's things that I did not have to do. That's just like the poverty thinking, as far as people being out here, well, those who live in poverty, you see people getting money, or you want this money, but then uh, you take that negative route to obtain the money, and then put yourself in jail, put yourself in harm's way, just to do what? To get something that you could do in a more positive way. Because either way, we know we have to pay bills, we know we need things, but why even put yourself in that situation? I've done it as well, you know, but we really have to start thinking more of ourselves. Okay, we need to know ourselves. Let's get through this Underground Railroad together. Okay, let's get to the tunnel, the light at the end of the tunnel. Well, together. All right, I'm here to help. You can email me and I will return your email. I'm doing 2-question promos. That is for the free. Okay. What else, guys? What else? Myself. Like I said, it's no blame game. It always comes back to you. You can't blame anyone else. You can. It's acknowledging. It's always about acknowledging. Once if you can talk to your abuser, or if you could talk to the person who did the scapegoating on you or whatnot, and come to common grounds, that can help. They can help you. Some people won't give you closure. That's on them. That's something that they have to deal with in their next life, or whenever in this lifetime. That's just something that they have to deal with. We can only deal with ourselves and try to get answers for ourselves so that we can have closure, okay? And Like I said, the closure is not always going to come from the other party. Okay, it's just a knowing. It's something, things that you have to know and you need to know in regards to yourself. Like I said, why and where did this come from? Why do I feel like this? You know, um, is it anything that I can change? Is it anything that will help me to change? And I'm here to help you work that out, right? Use is still therapy, it's still church, it's still everything else out here, right? For you to hotlines, call the hotline, the suicide hotline. Some people need that all the time, and I totally understand. With me dealing with my depression, PTSD, and anxiety, okay, which all goes together. Yeah, it really, really matters for you to get a peace of mind. We really get frustrated. Things are really, it can get hard. It can be a real big strain. Sometimes our children don't understand. Children don't understand because, they haven't went through the fire. Right? But we have to cope ourselves so we can help our children or the next generation and others get through the fire too. Get through that underground railroad. Okay? It's an escape tunnel. Okay? And it's through yourself. It's through yourself, through your own mind. All right, guys. So, I hope you understand me better. And I used to be so animated. I miss my animated self. But going through the fire can change you. Oh, wow. It can. I'm more serious than what I used to be. I just thought everything was so funny. And I still think things are funny. I think it's humorous. I mean, because, people really don't really realize what they be doing. People don't realize what they be saying. People talk about subjects and they don't even know the full gravity or impact of what they're saying. But that's another story. I'll be back to talk to you guys. Thank you for listening, and go ahead and make sure you subscribe to my channel. All right? Namaste. Have a good day.